すべての終わりが来る前に、あなたのために私自身を奏でさせて。
And I felt it for ages, before she showed me the path. My heart was in pieces. Everything was falling apart.
I know you tried hard.
I know you tried hard.
Siempre te amaré, te amaré.
Das Leben ist hart. Ja, страдаю.
Stuck in the depths of darkness, she called my name, casted the gaze, blank as the sun, revealing my path.
I feel it.
Are you used to hiding your wounds? Are you used to running from your own truth? Are you used to thinking your secrets aren't see-through? But how long can you last if you're searching for peace? Let yourself breathe. If you yearn to be free, just wear your heart on your sleeve. Let your heart speak up. Let your heart speak up. Go ahead and let it sing. Da-da-da-da-da. Let your heart speak up. You can hide the cards you've been dealt. You can go pretending you're someone else. You can keep believing the fiction that you sell. But how long can you last if you're searching for peace? Let yourself breathe. If you yearn to be free, just wear your heart on your sleeve. Let your heart speak up. Let your heart speak up. Go ahead and let it sing. When you choose to face your true self, she could know your pain all too well. She could keep enacting in a living hell. But if you're searching for peace, let your heart speak up. Let your heart speak up. Go ahead and let it sing. Da-da-da-da-da. Let your heart speak up.
Feuerbiest fragt mich, wo bist du? Die Blumen blühen im Sturm und auf den Blüten liegt Reif. Ich habe nur dieses Leben und Schweigen und das Licht.
Say what you want, say what you mean, mean what you say. And I still give my best to you. Say what you want, say what you mean, mean what you say. Take your shot and I'm unfazed. Left this frail, grace preserved, nothing frail. Don't lie to me. Be nice to me. Flow, relax, simmer wine, spill the wax. You fear the flame. We're not the same. There is a labyrinth inside, introvert but never hide. You won't have to navigate. I will show you if you wait. It's a gift that you receive when you rather choose humble, soft and sweet. Sit next to me. You can feel me breathe. Say what you want, say what you mean what you say. And I still give my best to you. Say what you want, say what you mean what you say. Take your shot and I'm unfazed. Words are rain, some are warm, some are pain. They wash away your fantasy. Yet you pretend there are means to every end. My dignity, just let it be. Say what you want, say what you mean what you say. And I still give my best to you. Say what you want, say what you mean what you say. Take your shot and I'm unfazed.
Die Blumen blühen im Sturm und auf den Blüten liegt Reif. Ich habe nur dieses Leben und Schweigen und das Licht.
Alright, let's start this. And not to waste any time anymore. I don't know if people will join later or no one will join, but yeah. Alright. God damn it. So yeah, greetings to anyone who will watch this later or will join later. I'm your fellow doctor, and I decided to check out the Lonetrail Intermezzi. Oh, there's no volume. Wait a second. Yeah, I've been avoiding this story since everyone says it's the longest one to read. And also I know that it's probably one of the greatest stories out there. And yeah, in preparations I have read the Rhinelab manga yesterday. Yeah, that shit hits hard, to be honest. The only thing that I know is that it's something about space, and it's obviously tied up to Ryan Lab, since you can see Silence, Mumu, Saria in the background, and also the PV. Yeah, let me check this one. Alright. I think it's working properly. Okay. Just need to fix the sensitivity of the mic. Great. Yeah, I wanted to play this story by myself due to needing the originate prime for the future skins and future banners, and I realized that I would like to share this experience. Yeah, bear with me. English is not my first language, so the accent is pretty prominent, I would say. Alright, let's start reading the story. Right, we should probably read the description first. Kristen's disappearance stirs everyone's emotions. The military and the Maylander Foundation gather in Trimons. Khalsi chooses to intervene. Dark clouds gather as a rainstorm draws near. Is this a conspiracy, a farce, or one's lone awakening? Old grudges now cross paths here, as the past and the present clash. Tonight, nobody sleeps. Yeah, I already started reading the CVST1, but then stopped and decided to stream it. So let's go. Rain is coming to Tri-Mounts. If, in a century or a millennium, our descendants walk among the stars, the masses will sing her praises. She sat on a tree stump, humming as she observed the shapes of the clouds above. It was not until her mother called for her that she hopped off and ran toward the voice. The low flight that they were about to take was all too familiar to her parents. Otherwise, they would not have taken her along. Her goggles were strapped on, and her seatbelt fastened. As the engine roared, the aircraft began to slide down the runway. The wind brushing her cheeks grew stronger and stronger. Scared, she closed her eyes. Then, her body felt very light. A nauseous feeling gushed through her larynx, and her heart raced to the tip of her throat. She squeezed tightly into her mother's embrace. Fortunately, the feeling didn't last very long. When the aircraft stopped jolting, she slowly relaxed. But she was still afraid to open her eyes, until her mother lightly tapped her shoulder. She finally found the courage to open her eyes and look around. It was not... Okay, it's working. From this angle, the city where she had lived her whole life felt so foreign and strange. The crowds that she was struggled to squeeze through now looked like tiny, insignificant insects. Her mother pointed up, prompting her to look. The sky was so clear and bright. Outskirts of Max, District of Columbia, Columbia 1099. Federal Nomadic Prison. Ooh. We go back to Mansfield break. Sir, you're sick.
What? I'm as healthy as can be.
No, I can tell. Alcoholic, crapulent, and insomniac. In this oppressive nomadic prison, surely you haven't had the chance to enjoy much of the finer things in life.
You're right about that.
Haha, I mean no offense. I get the sense that you might need some rest and recreation. Have you been to Siesta? Minos?
Please stop making fun of me.
No, no. This is an invitation. Please choose one. Think of it as a way to kill time as this boring wait drags on.
Minos.
Ah, Minos. The fruity aroma of its streets rides the wind past its pristine white walls. More importantly, the innate elegance of its beauties will have you reluctant to leave.
Alright. I can already imagine the extravagant life you live. I'm green with envy.
No, what I'm saying is that it's all prepared for you. All prepared for you.
What do you mean?
I believe an illness like yours can only be cured in such an environment, and you've been a great help for me across a variety of matters. Men like you deserve the finest of treatments. After a few months, any gloominess clouding your mind will have completely dissipated. You will be as strong as and sturdy as a Minoan craftsman. You may even enjoy a stimulating romantic encounter.
Mr. Justin Fitzroy Jr., let me say this again. I'm fine. Please stop toying with me.
Please, Mr. Justin was my father. Call me Justin Jr.
Alright, Justin Jr. So even business section people at Rhine Lab know their medicine.
No. I don't know the first thing about medicine. Who would be interested in something so complicated that can affect no visible, immediate change?
Then what in the world are you talking?
I am sure you're dying to know what kind of illness you have and who spread it to you. Take a look around you and remember. Your superior, that unsympathetic, good-for-nothing judge, and even the old warden, so unpleasant even after he retired. You should have been hailed as a hero after you retired from pioneering, or at the very least enjoyed a comfortable life with a fancy house in a nomadic city, on a government stipend. Stipend? But now?
You looked into my background.
That's suiting medicine to the illness, sir. And the way I see it, your situation is hopeless. The remedy I prescribe is a vacation, a luxurious home, bottles of fine wines, beautiful specimens of your preferred gender, and top-notch security service.
I don't understand. I know what you came here for. You're gonna take that one back with you. If you made it all the way here without trouble, then Rhine Lab and the brass must already have an agreement. What's the point of bribing me now?
I need an answer first. Are you willing to take fate into your own hands?
Who isn't?
Right, which is why you're very unlucky, and also lucky, in a way. At the very least, you know the obstacle in front of you and your predicament. For instance, You have always played lucky to someone else. You were deliberately ignored and cast here. You also know what you want. For instance, you've been planning to propose to a certain someone, which got delayed by this trip, right? Oh, I wonder how that proposal will go on the Minoan plains.
Yes, I... What do you need me to do, Justin Jr.?
It's simple. Sell the information on all of the prison's special procedures through Rhine
I guarantee you will find the price I'm willing to pay more than attractive. That certainly wouldn't be hard, but
you will be held accountable. We came prepared. I mean it. The old men behind you have a serious appetite. I spent twice my budget to get all this in order. They've been plenty arrogant the last couple years, and that won't do. Those greedy, selfish idiots haven't been willing to face facts. What do you think they are some kind of Ursus or Leithanian nobles? I prefer practical men like you, and so does Rhine. So, you could make a considerable fortune out of all this. Then you and I can send those stubborn old men to prison. They won't get a chance to turn things around for the rest of their miserable lives. Doesn't that sound nice?
You want me to defect? Hold on. Who the heck couldn't have picked a worse time? A letter from the bank? I thought I paid it all off. Oh. Justin Jr., this money?
Did I forget to mention? My bad. Seems I'm not fit to be a doctor. This is your first course of treatment.
So much.
And the most effective cure for your disease is power and wealth. I guarantee it will get to the root of the problem on behalf of Rhine.
I understand. Pleasure to work with you, Justin Jr.
The pleasure is mine.
Let me ask one more thing. Is Rhine full of men like you?
No. They are all freaks. The freakiest you've ever seen. But I'm cool with freaks. Like the one we are looking for today. It's all ready, sir. Oh, it's a jailer.
It's all ready, sir.
Good. After all that effort, I finally get to meet our famous freak. Please don't forget that we talked about it. What we talked about. I hope you will be at my cocktail party in Trimons next month. As my personal guest, no invitation necessary. Alright, there is some scheming going on. Okay, queuing up the sad music. She stood in the center on the day of her parents' funeral. People came and went around her. One after another, men she didn't know offered their condolences in front of her parents' portraits. A science journal editor-in-chief, a high-level government official, a legendary investor in the finance world, the representative of a technology conglomerate. All of them looked so saddened that the genius inventor husband and wife brought the world of science to the new heights, only to both die young. None of them could understand. They couldn't understand why, when this era-defining technology flight had... What? Oh, technology flight had just taken off. Why would they waste their energy and effort on something as meaningless as reaching the highest altitude possible? All of them were furious furious that with the death of the Wrights, the government-sponsored plans became a laughing stock, and their enormous investments had all gone down the drain. Okay, so it's a confirmation about the Kristen's parents dying in an accident. One by one, the guests all left. She alone stood in front of her parents' grave and lifted her head up to look at the clear sky. Yet it was so dark and gloomy. The light is blindingly bright. Past the passageway's dark shadow, the uncharacteristically bright light keep Justin Fitzroy Jr. from lights keep Justin Fitzroy Jr. from opening his eyes. The brightly glowing laboratory is right, exactly the same as the ones in Trimonts. Okay, give me a sec. Justin Jr. takes 2 steps to feel things out and finds his attention instinctively instinctively drawn to the equipment so clean and shiny that there is light reflecting off of it. How much did this cost to build? They built all this for this one man's sake? Deep in area of the laboratory, untouched by light, an old man whose face is hidden guards a radio as ancient as himself. Haha, this is a prison? You call this a prison? God damn, Kristen built a whole replica lab here just for you? She thinks really highly of you, doesn't she? Convict number 30? Who the hell are you?
You aren't the regular liaison, but I've seen your face. You're a Rhine Lab director?
Well, that's just hurtful. I played no small part in expanding the company to its current size in such a short period of time. How could Kristen not have told you about me?
I have no interest in people like you. I'm a sick, crippled man. What do you want from me?
Don't talk like that. I've read your file. You were extraordinary. If it wasn't for...
Sorry, I'm pretty sensitive about the past.
Oh, alright. But I'm really curious, what is it that Kirsten wants you to accomplish so badly? She went to all this trouble.
She didn't tell you. Which means you have no need to know, boy.
This isn't the first time a science freak has mocked me. Well, no biggie. My job here is to take you away. Looks like your little project has moved on to its next stage. She needs you there in person. It's about her survival plan.
So you do know, you sly little punk.
All I know is Kristen has had you working on something to do with originium and the human body.
Ooh.
It's not my area of expertise, but at the very least, I know one thing. Rhine Lab's control is not a coward who fears death, and she definitely has no illnesses that needs healing. Which means there is something else going on that's making her desperate for a way to extend her life. Some kind of extreme circumstances.
You're a smart one, No wonder she chose you to bring me out of this place. But you will have to wait a little longer. It's almost time for the Vice President's speech.
A speech? You're into politics now?
No. Today is going to be an interesting day. Patience is a virtue, kid. Now, we still have to introduce ourselves. I am...
Locking Willy. Fuck! Lokin is alive. He's fucking alive. Fucking bastard. It's a pleasure. I'm Justin Fitzroy Jr., Business Section Director at Rhine Lab, an outsider to the world of science and technology. I'm only here to bear witness to history, sir. Dear Columbians of Trimons. Okay, Jackson? What voice should I give him?
Dear Columbians of Trimons, this is your Vice President Conrad Jackson. I'm sure many of you, or many of us, are confused by today's press conference. Before I explain anything, I would like to have a chat with you all. Do any of you feel that on our Terra today, it's getting hard to focus just on cities or even the country in which we reside? There is more and more to be proven. Exchanges between nations have become more frequent, and likewise conflicts and confrontations have become more intense and unavoidable. So, I want to ask all of you. Colombia has only been around for a handful of decades, but our history is already as rich as any other nation's. What is it that we have used to achieve this? It's our thirst for knowledge that drives us to explore the boundaries and depths of science. It's the pioneering spirit that flows in the veins of every single Colombian. That's my answer. That's our answer. And to maintain those two things, we are always willing to pay the price, no matter how high it may be.
What is Jackson talking about? The next election is right around the corner. He hasn't really done anything the last couple of years, so he's probably anxious. Paying a high price? He's not exactly off to a great start.
In this city of technology, Trimons, there are over a dozen special plates. On those plates we are working tirelessly on countless research projects. We are developing, discovering, and guaranteeing our future ways of life. Many of you here are participating in those projects, and I'm very proud of you. In just 2 weeks, we will announce an achievement that is truly the greatest among them. It will change the landscape of international relations. It will allow us to seize the initiative, to never again to fear any storm across any lands. It will be Colombia's first step into a new era.
All right. Oh, you are back. Okay.
First step into a new era? I heard Jackson was already a famous orator, an activist back in college.
And now he's holding a press conference in Trimons. You know what that means, right?
Fish. Let's cut to the chase, Colonel Blake.
Fucking Ferdinand. I see he is still exploring.
You need my help, and I need yours. This is easy. Help? Yeah, sure. A super weapon crafted specifically to keep the damn shard of Londinium in check. Ooh. Who knows how much money the military poured into that thing. But now, Kristen and all the techs on the project have disappeared without a trace overnight. And what does the handbook call the thing, that big ring thing? Hamhurh? What is this name? Damn it, how did she hide such a big thing? The military is being pretty gentle as it is, not surrounding the city with an entire fleet of high-speed battleships. And this is what I'm here for. I have to admit, Kristen really took me for a ride this time, but what reason do I have to believe that a failure like you can take care of this problem? There are lots of companies in Colombia that can rival Rhine Lab. There is nothing stopping us from taking a military approach and handing everything over to some other place. You're right, Colonel Blake. I failed, but I'm no fool. If the military were really that hardy, you would have done things a long time ago. You army guys were never the meek humanitarians you're trying to play. And I, the former director of energy, I know Rhine Lab. With my help, whatever you end up doing will go much smoother. Especially if you want to take care of this as quickly and as quietly as possible. Why should I trust you again? Is there anyone easier to keep in check than a failure with nothing to his name? I never thought there would come a day when you called yourself a failure, Ferdinand. Why are you so fixated on this? Always high and mighty, never revealing her secrets. She threw everyone's hard work and achievements under the bus, sacrificing the whole of Rhine Lab. When? Am I missing something? Kristen doesn't have the right. No one does. Alright. That's the most I need to drink water. Ooh. I guess there's still a lot of talking to go. Alright, that's the most convincing thing you've said it today. Oh, it was the last line, okay. Hallway outside Control's office. Rhine Lab Tri-Mounts. Oh, it's Mumu. Mule size. I don't actually like this feeling a whole lot. Too quiet. The air so chilly and dry. And the lights awfully cold. No idea what's up ahead, either. Things weren't so lively back in the day. Most of the time, everyone was just busy with research. We rarely ever saw each other, but after meetings, we would party and get drinks. Pat the table legs with the project reports we would just finished. I miss that feeling. The feeling of being accepted, the feeling that we are making a difference, that our work had purpose. You have to feel nostalgic for that too, don't you? Kristen. You can stop dragging your gross tail across the floor? Huh? It would be properly to say, can you stop? But never mind. Nobody's coming to clean today. Whole hayak. Oh, the snake mummy! The whole reason I started playing Arknights. But yeah, I missed this event like by 2 weeks.
It was a disaster. Oh, so you came here to cry your eyes out, huh? Guess I should have stayed hidden a little longer. Were you waiting for me? Mm-hmm. Then why are you standing all the way over there? I've got to be careful. A kid who's just lost her parents might have a pretty bad temper. Wait. A kid who just lost her parents. Did Kristen lose her parents in her childhood or later on? I will need to check that out later. Besides, I thought you already had a water clone ready the moment I stepped into the room. Okay, bear with me, I got a message. All right. Oh, Shira. Whoa. Oh, this music. Momo do be fighting though. Since I'm found out, I might as well drone you right away and stuff you into that power armor. Oh, she mad because of the past. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I like this OST so much. And this art. Oof. Okay, let's continue. Ooh, I didn't know you were such a vengeful elf. A Mainlander agent infiltrating this place, huh? What are you up to? Infiltrating? Think again. Would Control Office be that easy to infiltrate? Are you working for Control? Okay, let's just dial down it. Are you working for Control? What kind of deal do you two have? And what she's got you doing for her? Are you betraying the Mainlander Foundation for this? Cool Khan. God damn it. So many questions. Why don't you ask Kristen yourself? You're so close to her. I'm sure she would tell you. Right. You're at the end of your rope. Why else would you expect to find Control in her office? Kristen really asked you to come? If I told you I invited myself here, would that make your heart ache more? She doesn't have the time to deal with you right now. Perhaps she already sick of all your backstabbing and all your distractions. Maybe she never had a place for you in her plans. Whatever you want to think. That's not your place to say. I'm just trying to remind you out of the kindness of my heart. Sorry, got a call. And I noticed that my mic might have been disconnected for a few minutes. That would be a shame to check. But yeah, bear with me. It's what happens when you stream alone and no one there in the chat to warn you about this. Alright. When and where did this all begin? Everything that once was has changed, yet she knew nothing about it. This familiar room, this familiar hallway, both seems so foreign to her now. She hates this feeling. It's just like the time after she was born, when she realized for the first time that she was all alone in the world. On the day of Ryan Lab's foundation, everyone had faith, and this was the starting point of a company destined for greatness. The idea made everyone nervous. It cheered them all up, it put smiles on their faces, it kept them up at night. She and Saria chatted about the future on the balcony until the next day's beaming sunrise shone directly into their eyes. At the moment, she thought that she, Saria, and all these people would walk with the Ryan Lab forever. But yeah, Ryan Lab sucks. It was an unrealistic notion. When topics like profit, conflict, and misunderstanding piled onto her desk, one after another, she couldn't help but laugh. What exactly is confining mankind? She lifted her head to look at the sky. It was so ugly. Rest up, Trimon's outskirts, roughly 18 miles from the city center. Ooh, the Tin Man. Okay, I won't even try to give him a proper voice. Oh, it's so hot out there, out here. Hi there. Hi there. 4 large cheese dogs, extra cheese. You got it. Coming right. Holy shit, bro! What the heck is this? I caught some kind of disease when I was a kid. It's only because of an exoskeleton that I'm still alive. Sorry for spooking you. Spooking me? Hell no, that looks so cool! Oh, so it's got to do with the Trimon's tech companies. No wonder. The gizmos they pump out are evolving so fast. Something like that. Oh, my bad. That was probably rude of me, acting so surprised. I'm used to it. Mind if I smoke here? You can still smoke? That's amazing. That's amazing. Phew, so empty here. This road doesn't get much traffic, does it? Just today, when the vice president came through not long ago, the traffic jam was miles long. Maybe it's the weather. Here, your hot dog. Oh no. Your hot dog. Is this the part where the car seat drops the hot dog lore? Alright, let's see. That's some appetite you've got, bro. Take a seat. Take a seat. Wherever you want. Not like there is anyone else today. Thanks. Hot dog, huh?
Colombian fast food really is really making strides. Well, it's all the same to me. So why are they called hot dogs again? Anything to do with the Paris? Oh fuck, it is. It was the first wave of Bolivarian settlers who introduced this particular food item to the Colombian masses. I can't with this. This type of sausage sandwich was frequently. I hate this word. It's so hard to pronounce. Frequently sold in night competition arenas and food carts attended by scantily clad pair of females or well-built pair of males. And with the passage of times, this food item came to be known as the hot dog in Colombian parlance. Passage of time, huh? Funny how things can turn out just because of time. Want one, miss? My treat? No, thank you. The years really haven't been kind. When I still had the sense of taste, my appetite was probably a dozen times what it is now. I guess that's how things turn out with the passage of time. I envy a young lady like you. Oh yeah, a young lady indeed. Nothing to say? Okay, I need to turn on the AC because I'm fucking dying out here. Oh, what is it, like 27 Celsius. I wonder how many things on Terra are built atop of this passage of time. Everything is. I guess you are right about that. It's been a while, Dama Calcit. When was the last time we met? The day of Theresa's ascension ceremony after the war was over. Most Sarkas who still had lingering nostalgia for Kasdal were there. You were no exception. What should I call you now? Tinman. That's what my co-workers call me. It's an apt descriptor, and not like names have much meaning to me anymore. You represent the Mailander Foundation. I do. A powerful revenant. And once powerful revenant. And besides, you know that the Tikas are closely connected to every corner of the world, and the Colombian plains are no exception. Or would it make you feel better if I told you the whispers of hatred still keep me up at night, and that I can't wait to turn into a flying fortress and fly straight back to Kasdal? No. So the Mailander Foundation noticed Rhodes Island long ago. This isn't the first time you have showed up on Columbia's radar, even if the last time was just a minor legal dispute. Was that it in Toronto or someplace else? Rhodes Island is still a young organization. You know who it belonged to and what course it is taking. I'm not trying to talk you into giving up, but based on our agent's intel, too many old friends are mixed up in this mess. A fair amount of them are your old friends too. I have no issues with Rhodes Island getting involved in this, so long as you hear Mailander's thoughts first. Is it thoughts you want Rhodes Island to hear, or demands? Regardless, personally speaking, I do hope we are on the same side this time. Dame calls it. I understand. Are those girls yours? The Tin Man lifts head up to gaze at the bottom of the dark clouds. Not far away, a pure white feline and a fire-red Savra sit on a bench. Ooh! The Savra girl enthusiastically tries to tell something to her body, but her body simply stares at the sky, seemingly
paying no attention whatsoever. She is thinking about the past. She seems to know why she received the letter and why she had to come back to this country, but she actually doesn't understand it all that well. She is simply thinking that there are things you have to face sooner or later. Whoa! Oh yeah, the low quality Rosmontis and the dripped out Ifrit. I should remember this place, but I don't think I wrote it down. Why didn't I write it down? She forgot. Do I need to remember this place? Duh! You don't remember anything, no matter what I ask you. This sucks. Do you remember? Me? Of course I remember. This is Colombia. I've been here and I hear you've been too. Oh, I remember them. I see now. It's a cruel twist of fate. Calls it. But you will have children so young face their fate head on. This is their decision. I have no right to intervene. Calcit silently looks at Trimonts shrouded in dark clouds in the distance. Its tall skyscrapers remained under the thick dark clouds, its base hidden by the fields around them. Likewise, the Tin Man lifts his head. Up in the sky above the city and the entire lands, at an unreachable altitude, the mankind has dreamed of reaching for thousands of years. A burning fireball is steering through the skies like a falling star. Ifrit, do you want to hear a story? A story? Alright. Today's story takes place in a beautiful city in Sargon. Oh no, it's not Ifrit talking. There was once a well-respected king, loved by his people, but when he finally grew old, he had an anxious look on his face, never calming down for even a second. He gave it his all to rule this city, but he found that not one thing in this city would bear his mark forever. His statues would crumble, and his legends would fade. People forget too easily. In the final days of his life, he eagerly hoped for there to be something that could truly symbolize his whole legacy and ensure that it would be told for generations to come. And so, he asked his wife. He hoped to find this treasure with her together. They searched all over the lands and found a bottomless pit of gold, closing and restored use, a magic mirror that allowed its user change races at will, a sword that could rend mountains, and a treasure map that led to a mystical realms. None of these were what the king wanted. They were all too specific, and the desires they bore were too strong. The old king did not think any of these could represent his legacy. This left the queen stricken with grief. She prayed to the night skies that her husband would get his wish. Finally, hearing her faithful prayers, a star arrived in the mortal realm. Ifrit stares blankly, and a blazing red tail sweeping through the sky. She suddenly recalls a story out of the thousands and silence has told her. The legend has it there is always hope where a star so happens to land, and differences that divide mankind are mended the moment the star reaches the ground, and everyone's wishes will be fulfilled all at once. Holy shit, it's so much reading. Okay, we need at least to do a one stage, I guess. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Um, I might end this stream early because, first of all, I have schedules. And yeah, the city might turn off my electricity soon. In around 2 hours. What is it? Sunday. Yeah, around in 2 hours. And since there probably won't be any people joining, I will try to at least complete one stage, and then we will look if I should continue streaming this side story or finishing it on by my own. Okay, legend has it fulfilled in once, yeah. Will a star come falling down? There is no time to think. Time is flying by. Okay, that's enough of AC. I wish for what? Oh, alright. We were done with this. Nice. Okay, let me just refill my water for like 1 minute and we will start the stage. Okay, seems like the Dorothy Vision's laboratory stages. 3 enemies. Okay, we have some kind of choke point here. Yeah, be right back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Let's do it. First stage. Okay, so this is my ops that I have accumulated along my journey for the past whoa, it's almost 7 months since I have started playing Arknights. If you're like interesting to see all my ops that I have,
私もたまには 人だまり指が硬くなっているみたいだけど、 こういったレ
Here
ッ
are
スンに
my
は不慣れなのかしら。
operators
リラックスして私についてきて。
that I have this far.
何よフェデリコ。地雷や
フェデリコ。
私を歓迎してくれるの？
A lot of
あ
unbuilt
なたのレッ
5 stars.
スンを受けたいのなら、私も
I probably think
断った
need
りはしない
to
わ。
upgrade my silence after reading the manga. The usual one, the 4 stars. Okay, so yeah, for this stage, I think I will keep everyone as it is. Maybe change Worf for Dorothy. Yeah,
ドクター、
the return to
今
Ryan
回は
Labs.
どんな景色を見せてく
Do
れ
I
る
have
のかしら。
anyone? I think no. Still no mayor from the recruitment. Maybe Tylopsis. Alright, let's keep it this way. Yeah, this is fine. Oh wait, what was that pioneering project? God damn it. Alright, never mind. Right on time. The Liberi steps out onto the rooftop of a tall tower and looks up at the sky. From this high vantage point, the faint, sharp screech is concealed by the sound of the wind, while the faint spot of light rapidly expands in her eyes. Her thick tail dexterously and rhythmically sweeps back and forth, a graceful measure to which the Liberi can compare the invisible grid of the city beneath her. Now, let's see. Just where will this star land in Trimonths? Districts 2 and 5 are primarily residential. 11th new industrial campus is under construction. Let's hope it won't be central. That place is packed with office buildings, like the dime a dozen canned fins you get at the supermarket. And it's a work day. Those offices are gonna be full of people. Well, you really figured out where to land this experiment of yours. Or maybe you just never cared how much of a racket this might cause. Either way, you planned this far ahead. Things are getting more and more interesting, Kristen. Ooh, explosions? Confirmed. The Triton factory in District 13. The Liberi leaps from the tall tower. Huh? Huh? Okay. That's a big yawn. Didn't sleep well? Trimon's hotels really care about guests' privacy, huh? I wanted to see you. That's why I'm here. You saved me from the power armor, and I brought you breakfast. Fair's fair, right? That's the breakfast combo from the cafe at Ryan Lab HQ. They only sell 100 of those a day. Okay, don't give me that look. You're a grumpy goose. In the morning, huh? It's Arya you want to see, right? Well, I haven't been able to contact her, but if she isn't here, then coming to you won't help. Anyway, take a look at this. This just in Tri-Mountains. An explosion occurred this morning at the Triton Chemical Plant number 3 in District 13. The specific cause of the explosion is still unknown, but the authorities' preliminary conclusion is that laboratory staff made a fatal error leading to the construction machinery on site exploding. A large stockpile of catalysts. Oh no, not catalysts. They're so expensive. And reagents are stored at Triton Chemical Plant number 3, and to keep the chemicals from leaking out and causing more catastrophic damage, the military and government authorities are currently cleaning up the site. As of right now, all of District 13 is under temporary lockdown. Entry and exit from the district is being heavily restricted. Citizens are asked to cooperate with me with the ongoing work there. The government has not responded to requests for comment, and it is not known at this time whether the lockdown in District 13 will affect Vice President Jackson's time in Trimount. Is this another Site 359? I don't know the specifics, but if you, or should I say Rhode Island, are here, considering how much Saria trusts you, there is no way you would ignore big news like this. Okay, Doctor, you've got some new visitors. I'll see you very soon. So that was Clone after all. Who is my visitor? Oh, little Ifrit. Rise and shine, Dr. Madievich. Yeah, big dumbass. Watch your mouth, or I will feed you soap. Rise and shine. Ifrit, who brought you here? Long time no see, Dr. Madievich. Tylopsis has already returned to the landship with Yelena for checkup and treatment. Mechanist is currently on a new mission. From here on, I will be accompanying you. Fuck. And me. Yes. And also, little kid daughter, Rosmontis. The floaty feline girl apparently entered the room. Floaty? I just imagine how Rosmontis flies in the air. The floaty feline girl apparently entered the room at some point. She stands next to the window and listens quietly to your conversation. She gazes at you and your room. Behind her, there are pure white clouds floating gently across the clear Tramontian sky. Don't be mad, Doctor. I asked Dr. Kaltsit to bring me along. I was invited by someone. I will explain more about what's going on later. Seeing as you have the TV on, it seems you already know about District 13. The explosion wasn't caused by some careless lab technician. Something fell from the sky. We need to get to the bottom of this. Yes, Saria has already gone to investigate. As for you, I need you to get out of bed and wash up. I don't wanna. Ooh, silence hiding. I live there! Who the hell are you to stop me from going home? What gives you the right to lock the place down anyway? Is this even legal? Do you have anything in writing? I'm supposed to take your word? Word that this is an emergency? I will be out in 10 minutes. I just need to head back for some documents. Our clients are waiting in the conference room. Sorry, but I need to see your clearance. Citizen? Interesting. I was going to watch Saria to see what she's up to. I never expected to find this little bird making her way here. Right. That's the little researcher from the Diabolic Crisis. scouting the area with a drone from a dead angle while hiding in the crowd, waiting for an opportunity. Not bad. But the army has soldiers watching every single alley. It won't be so easy for you to break through their checkpoints. That said, I haven't the slightest idea what you can do, but you might just be able to give these baddies a little trouble, so I will give you a hand. What are you blabbing about? Nothing. The package is recovered. It will be delivered right away. As you have no doubt heard on the news, it's just one factory that had... Oh, it's just one fuck! It's just one factory that had an accident. Why is the entire district on lockdown? If you guys are actually worried about the chemicals, why aren't you wearing the protective equipment? Why are you people still allowed to come and go? No one is buying your beast shit. This is about the whole industrial campus upgrade project. If it falls through, who's gonna pay? Hurry up and let me buy. No pushing. My arm. Why can't I move? Somebody broke through the cordon. How come the comms aren't working either? Ooh, she's sneaky. Your clearance, Miss Saria? You know me? Former defense director of Rhine Lab. Your reputation precedes you here in Trimonts. So I can't enter District 13. Not just you. If you don't have clearance, please leave. You! Relax. Stop your weapon. Your face. Your hands. You... It's the same all over. I may look scary, but it's just an exoskeleton. I work for the Mainlander Historical Association, currently part of the Vice President's entourage as his secretary. Here's my authorization. Miss Saria here is the subject matter expert we invited along. Mainlander, huh? Your people are always so strange. Go talk to your superiors. We want to get better grasp of the situation. Give me a minute. Looking at your attire, it seems you don't plan on bringing your shield along. No, I just determined that I might need to apply full force to whatever is coming next. Full force, huh? That phrase carries a weight far heavier than usual, coming from the former director of the Rhine Lab Defense Section. Seems like I did make it in time. Our last meeting must have been at Hayden Pharmaceuticals, detective. We talked so much that I forgot to slide you and Mule-size a free pint of draft beer on your last visit. I know just how powerful the Mainlander Foundation is, but I was still surprised when I heard the news from Kaltsit. How do the two of you know each other? We are just old friends. So, what role is the Mainlander Foundation playing in our current situation? Saria, are you interested in politics? Decidedly not. So, do I really need to answer that question? The colonel is en route to his meeting with the vice president. Whew, the tongue is twisting. Your identities have been verified, and the colonel has authorized you entry to District 13. But we are conducting an emergency investigation to evaluate the hazard posed by the chemical leaks. So you won't be allowed near Triton Chemical Plant number 3. That's where this all went down. Well, we also arranged an escort party to go with you to provide any necessary help. No problem, we will go with your arrangements. Phew, made it in. Next, I keep 2 drones up in the air 100 meters apart to survey the situation. The Triton factory should be right up ahead. I hope the stealth combat tactics I learned at Rhodes Island will come in handy here. Let's take it slow. Will I really find any leads on the transmitter here? A batch of transmitter has gone missing? That's right. To be more precise, it was a batch of experimental materials with said transmitter included that was supposed to be shipped together to HQ for disposal. So someone stole it. And it's very likely to be someone within Ryan Lab. Silence. I would like you to head to Trimonts and help me investigate this. Me? I need to remain at Site 359 to cooperate with the military investigation, so I will be stuck here for the time being. Fuck, and we took her to the stage. Oof. Are you going to negotiate with them? Don't worry, as much as I don't enjoy this stuff, I'm still capable of it. I'm a Rhine Lab director after all. I'm more worried about this batch of missing transmitter becoming the catalyst of someone else's ambitions. So, can you do it? Well... Silence, you're a student of Director Parvis. And yet you showed up here at Site 359. I had some doubts, but now I get it. You come here to ask for my help. Or maybe you wanted to know if the director of Originium Art is trustworthy. I'm sorry. No need for apologies. I did come close to doing something awful. I should be thanking you, Silence. But at the same time, this is why I'm asking for your help. You are beholden only to your own standards and looking for your own answers. But even if I hadn't asked you, you still wouldn't have returned to Trimonts, right? Yes. Oh, she angry. Silence is angry. Oh no, why are there suddenly a lot more men on patrol? Shit. Find anything over there? I searched a couple alleyways over on the side. Nothing. The colonel is about to meet the vice president, so we had to play nice and let those two in. We were supposed to stay close to them, but how did they lose us so quickly? They were walking so leisurely the whole time. Then they vanished behind the fence when I blinked. We really underestimated that fella, all covered in iron. Mainlanders people are always so tricky. I will go report the situation to the brass. Take the boys with you and continue the search. Right. Send more hands over to the factory too. Your reflexes and stealth skills are admirable, Mr. Detective. You flatter me. Even if we could manage them, it's better to shake them off our trail than to outright knock these sycophants out. We are here. Triton Chemical Plant number 3 is right up front. Stage time? No stage time, okay. They have already condoned off the perimeter and deployed heavily armed soldiers at very possible location. Quite the impossible task to get any closer. We are close enough for a clear view. Syria's gaze travels over the throng of people and past the striking evil barriers, landing on the factory behind. The once smooth factory building has been demolished beyond recognition, with scorch marks scrawled by heaps of debris scattered all over. A series of explosions have eroded the facade, leaving only the interior foundations that give her a clear view. Huh. I have some ideas what is happening. I will talk about it later, yeah. In the center of the factory lies a huge ring-like mechanical structure, diagonally embedded into the ground like an outrageous art installation. The source of the explosion. What have you found? Yeah. Neither the shape nor the mechanical structure of the object hints at its purpose, but it is clearly a device not meant to be used on land. It fell from the sky. We are too far away to discern any concrete details, but what can be confirmed at the very least is this thing has the mark of Rhine technology. To be precise, it has Kristen's handwriting all over it. I'm sure of it. Horizon Arc Project. What? I'm surprised you have not heard that name, given your position at Rhine and your relationship with Kristen. I'm glad I didn't get spotted. Oh fuck. There really was one here. It's gone. Dorothy was right. Transmitters react to each other, and it wasn't too difficult to catch them with the one she gave me. But there is too few of them. Dorothy said there were more. Could they be nearby? Wait, this is the Triton factory? A colossal ruin lies before her. Just how many injuries or causalities happened in there? Silence recalls the news, not mentioning any numbers relevant to the question. She recalls the destruction at Site 359. It was difficult for her to even picture what it looked like before the ruins. Was that Saria? Who was that with her? Saria, do you have something to do with this too? Do you know where we are going? We are heading to Saria's stronghold in Trimonts as part of our arrangement with her. Saria! It's been ages since I saw her. But if you need to talk to Saria, you two are gonna be busy, right? I guess she won't have time to talk to me. You and Rosmontis will stay with the doctor. Okay. April, tell me more about what you did on the way here. Oh, right. When the stars came falling down, I was telling Rosmontis a story that Silence told me before. You still remember it, right? You weren't writing any of it down. Yep, I still remember. That night, it seemed the entire city heard the Queen's prayers and the sound of her tears splotching onto the sand. In the end, the Queen passed out in the high tower of the palace. The Queen's faithfulness reached the hearts of the stars, one after another. They soared through the skies and came before the old king. The old king was swallowed by the endless surge of brightness. Within it, he saw a sight that he had never seen nor dreamed in his entire life. The next morning, the queen awoke to find a huge hole had appeared on the palace's roof, and the old king, who had passed away hours ago, stood with a smile still lingering on his now stiffened lips. Were the stars brought here by her prayers? The stars made her wish come true, and they took her lover with them. Ooh, finally the stage. God damn it. Yeah, it is really hard. It is really hard. And it's 4:30. Yeah, I think we will just finish the stage, finish the reading, and I might wrap this all up. Okay, let's see. The hounds. Okay, let's do this.
ここに立つのは私の使命。足元を見てみなさい。
祈りは不要です。
子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。
Chicken. Okay, let's do it this way. And then we need to put our wife here.
即興をお楽しみあれ。恐怖が隠せない。
And
トラックを起動
Dorothy
した
will
方が
do.
いいかしら。命令は都市が崩れていくのを感じる。火山の煙は砂は大地を作る。
And we will just put as many mines we can.
Kakun, 苦難と闇を恐れるべからず。砂は大地を作り変え、デュエッツは黄金にきらめいて。
It's actually a pity that I got Dorothy on the Virtuosa banner, and oh fuck, right after her skin exited the shop. I was so fucking mad. Why are you chilling here?
今倒れてくれたらそれ以上傷つかずに済むわ。
Alright, that was easy. Okay, I guess we continue with Ferdinand. What the fuck is this? A pigeon? Okay. Oh, it's Jackson. Colonel, sorry to keep you waiting for half hour. I'm the one who should apologize, Mr. Vice President. Your schedule in 3 months is packed, and I heard from Secretary Poward you had to cancel a meeting on account of my sudden visit. The military's response to the District 13 incident has been quick. It has also been intense. You had just given such a powerful, rousing speech for the masses. This couldn't have happened at a worse time. By the looks of things, this is more than a little accident.
on your end as well. I'm just saying, I'm still too soon to reveal the Horizon Arc project to the public. Which is why we would like you to cancel the rest of your itinerary and leave Trimonts. And we will take care of these accidents as soon as we can. Colonel, I understand what you're asking. But my schedule isn't going to change. In fact, I'm going to extend my stay in Trimonts. In my last meeting, I decided I'm going to Rhinelab to enjoy a fruitful dialogue with our exceptional researchers. We are one Columbia, Colonel Blake. We are all ready to give everything for our country. But with all the technological pioneers gathered in this city, they form the bedrock of Columbia's technological development. It's no exaggeration to say they're shaping the future of our country. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Even on the assembly lines of our nation's most developed munition plants, it takes a day and a half to produce a single shell to spec. And that doesn't include the time it takes to send it out into the field to give the men some real practical time on that thing. Make the step back, Colonel. The more we find ourselves facing super weapons that can change the world, like that ARC-01, the more composed we have to be. This is Columbia, not Sargon, not Bolivar. These past few years, the armed forces, or more accurately, the Department of Defense, has continued to explore the nation's military capabilities. As a whole, progress has been fairly steady. From the president's perspective, this is a good thing, and he is glad to see it happen. However, given the shifts in international dynamics in recent years, particularly the re-emergence of victorious shards, a number of things have changed. Such a terrifying superweapon has erased the concept of distance. All our ground defenses will be rendered useless, and the dust brought by the storm may well fall upon our pillows at any time. The voices within the Department of Defense have grown increasingly hawkish, and a number of troubling signs have already appeared. They are heading their bets on the researchers and development of similar era-defining strategic weapons. And that's how Kirsten caught the military's eyes? Correct. Kristen became the military's core technical advisor. In a very short period of time, she submitted the proposal for the Horizon Arc project, planned the construction of an ARC-01 superweapon, and quickly began its implementation. The military has devoted a vast amount of resources to it, and as such, Rhinelab has enjoyed greater policy-side support for quite some time now. This is why Rhinelab has been able to stand head and shoulders above many other tech companies and Trimonts. According to the information she have on hand, the construction of ARC-01 required digging complex shaft as well as erecting a, I will call it hammer, at our aircraft's altitude limit. A monumental project indeed, and the military has spared no expense in the effort. I imagine the man in front of you who fell from the sky was a part of this project. Saria's eyes shift from the factory ruins to the sky above her, using the sky as intermediary transfer node. We don't know the specific conceptual design or how it's implemented. Using the sky as a transfer node to focus on redirect an enormous amount of energy so as to achieve a powerful strike over extreme distance. In theory, that is indeed possible. But would Kristen really help the military construct a super weapon? Of course she would. Like she had some morals from the start. Looks like you didn't get an answer you wanted. I knew from the beginning this just makes it more apparent. A good politician would never rush to make his stance clear. At least for now. They don't want us taking over the project that fast. And how do they intend to do that? It's simple. All they need to do is delay. If we say that efficiency is the pursuit of scientific research, then Ferdinand, delay is the preferred tool of these politicians. When the Singas administration first entered negotiations in Congress to reclaim the Woods Company's logging camp, virtually no progress was made in 3 years. It took the latter party losing control of the area. They want to delay until we have our hands full, until we lose faith in the damned Horizon Arc project. Until it doesn't matter anymore. You've already been on site, right? What are your conclusions? It was indeed the test flight of Arc-01 Hammer. The sky appears clear, but it is far from being a safe haven. Kristen will need to test the new pressure and navigation system, a trial and error process that may need more than one flight. I'm more curious about the military-controlled shaft. At the bottom of Arc-01, where did Kristen launch a beast of that size? The Hammer black box still hasn't been found. By tracing its routine data, we can triangulate the position of the launch site and locate Kristen. We are already conducted a full-scale search in District 13. Came up empty. Someone managed to retrieve the black box at the very beginning. Any possibility it might have been destroyed, given an explosion of that scope. Shakes head. Kristen has already been missing for 2 weeks. She may have already obtained the experimental data she wanted in the black box, but she still doesn't want us to find her. In other words, the so-called Horizon Arc project, propped up by the military itself, is completely out of the military hands. The longer they delay, the more variables there will be. I know. It's me. That's right. Jackson had no intention of taking things through with this. Me? Why would I have anything to hide? Go ask the agent sent to spy on Kristen. Understood. I won't give an inch. I will resolve this situation post-hustle. Wait, what did you say? That's... Alright, I understand. Something is brewing. You don't look so good, Colonel. You are right, Ferdinand. We can't let ourselves get bogged down any longer. The fact that Kristen went AWOL while the military had eyes on her precisely shows that the project has progressed to a near feasible state. She might have defrauded her investors. Defrauded. We have our suspicions as well. Suspicions. But you seem pretty sure of it, Saria. Because I know her well enough. Oh? Since its establishment, Ryan Lab has been committed to breakthrough research in civilian technology and rarely intersects with the military. Kristen herself has no interest in it. Furthermore, if the sky were part of her research plans, it would not be a means, but rather her ultimate objective. The rights? Precisely. We haven't even explored everything these lands have to offer, and have only just begun measuring the heights of the skies. Why fly to such high places in vain? I still remember that comment in the newspaper made by the hovercraft expert Stevenson after the Wright's test flight crashed.
It encompass it encamp- it encapsulated his regret for the death of the genius scientists, but has been twisted out of context as accurate peer review. How ironic that it's become a weapon used against the brides. I would like to hear more. Stevenson had a very good relationship with the brides, and even looked after Kristen to some degree. After their passing, later, Kristen was able to get on track in academia thanks to his recommendation. A substantial secret that even I'm not aware of. But the relationship between Stevenson and Kristen is not a cozy one. She inherited her parents' obsession with the skies and does not expect others to understand. She abhors the sky, Tin Man. Okay. Another catalyst. Oh, transmitter. It can be a coincidence that transmitter appeared at the scene of the accident, but what exactly is the connection between transmitter and the explosion? Did the things used in the factory require transmitters? I recall no such relationships between Trimont Chemicals and Rhine Lab. Or perhaps the transmitter had something to do with the ring-shaped mechanical object that smashed through the factory building. Saria's too far away. I can't hear what she's saying. Maybe I can try moving the drone a bit closer. Uh-oh. An unidentified drone has been shot down. Oh no. Miss, show me your security clearance. Don't have one? District 13 is under temporarily lockdown. I'm gonna have to ask you to come with me. I'm a worker at the Triton factory. I had the day off today, but I heard the factory exploded. So I came here to see what's going on. If you're a worker at the factory, then explain the drone. And don't say you have nothing to do with it. She's going to photograph the site. Who are you? Marianne? Is it really you? Oh my Marianne. The last time I heard that name was 40 years. You're talking about the press conference, right? It was right around the time your last movie came out. You told the world you got hurt in a catastrophe while shooting the thing, and you retired to behind the scenes work. My dad goes nuts every time he talks about you. He's got your complete filmography collection, and we have watched every movie 10 times over. I still remember the spy catchers. You caught Saul the spy on the shores and leaped straight off the cruise ship. That was something. You just melt into every role you play. Today's mass-produced Rankwood stars... Rankwood? Is it like Hollywood? Okay. Stars could take a cue or two from you. Thanks. Unfortunately, the only role Marianne plays these days is a negotiator of employee salaries. You're Director of Human Resources at Rhine Lab. Jara Booker Wilson. This is my clearance. I have a house in District 13. This woman is indeed a Triton employee. Rhine Lab and Triton Chemicals had a number of disagreements, just like the corporate struggles in the Spycatcher. I know, this is Trimount's after all. A subsidiary factory suddenly went up in flames. If photos from the scene hit the tabloids, that would send Triton down in scandal. This is her house-warming gift for joining Rhine. That would indeed be a violation of military regulations. Fortunately, the drone's been shot down, so the photos won't leak. Now then, let's move on and discuss your job hopping. Sure. But let me add something first. Isn't it a little unreasonable to suddenly ask the locals to lock themselves inside and wait for updates before they can do anything?
We are just following orders. Miss Marianne, I want to trust you, so both of you, please leave. No exceptions.
Your name is Silence, right? I remember you were helping Parvis bring me some black bean tea. Director Jara, does this have something to do with Rhine Labs? That's why you snuck in here? There are some things I need to make sure of. This isn't exactly the best place for chit-chat. Head over here and wait for me. Where are we? Don't worry, it's my District 13 residence. What about you? I have company. An old friend has some business with me. I don't think I ever heard you breathing. When you smoke, are you just letting it swirl around your stomach? It's a habit, just like what you used to do after finishing a mission. You would record the event on a note before burning it on the spot. That young researcher back then, you always have a soft spot for the use. Can't exactly ignore it, can I? An employee of my own company shows up in a military lockdown. It's be bad for business if she gets caught. I see you're just as attentive to detail as ever, regardless of what field you're in. You have caught my eye a number of times over the years, from the intermediary investors for all of Trimont to the head of Rhine headquarters. Head HR? Human resources, yeah. You have contributed pretty much your entire network to this tech company. In other words, without you, we wouldn't have the Kristen we know today. So, is you being here right now also the fault of that reckless girl? Or do you have ideas of your own? Have you considered the possibility that I'm here because I bought a residence in District 13 and that I spend a few days here when I'm not too busy? I'm getting old, Tin Man. Age notwithstanding, when I came back to my senses, I realized that my health, my dreams, my friends and my family had all been given to my country. In the end, nothing remained of Mainlander's Morning Star. And I don't even have any tapes. Ooh, she is the mole. She is the mole in the Rhine Lab. I don't even have any tapes of the movies I had when I was young, by which to remember my so-called youth. I wasn't trying to point the finger at you, Jara. But if you're hoping that I turn a blind eye to this, I'm afraid I can't help you. Mainlander's only responsibility is to the country. I just wanted to tell you I have no regrets. So even now, I won't do anything that would truly harm Columbia. Are you still mourning the death of the Wrights? As much as I would like to deny it, the scene still haunts my dreams even now. Ooh, what is this? Delivery. Kim signed for it. Put it on the workstation. Holhack scans the space in front of her. A massive hollow underground, ring-shaped structure. In other words, a well. An old well. Just a second, sorry. Okay, I am back. Is microphone working? Yeah, everything is good. Except my... Yeah, my headphones turned off. Wait. Do they work even? Yeah, okay. God damn it. Alright, let's finish this. Holheak scans the space in front of her, a massive hollow underground ring-shaped structure, in other words, a well. Originium lamps fastened to the well's walls provided only a basic lighting, making it difficult to determine the overall depths. Inlaid within the grooves running along the walls are cables extending into the darkness. The person with whom she was speaking earlier is now pacing back and forth, leaving her with but a busy silhouette. She seems to be busy testing something. Even in such a deep area, her actions do not seem to cause much of an echo. Presumably, the surface structure incorporates some high-performance sound-absorbing material. The entire area seems to be as still and silent as lingering mist. Are you not afraid of the dark? Do you not get bored? We are several hundred meters underground, and those boorish soldiers are patrolling just above us. You've been here a number of months, right? Haven't gone up for a walk? Nasty? I'm busy. Cool Khan. I don't have much free time on my hands either. What I'm saying is put the black box down and get lost. I'm taking a risk here to get this to you under the watchful eyes of military and Mainlander. That's a bit cold of you, wouldn't you agree? This is a deal between you and Control. It's got nothing to do with me. You didn't do anything with the black box after you got your hands on it, did you? No. Damn, ice cold. The data calculations are, well, not that complicated. Is everything okay? Yeah. Nesty dives back into her own work and the screen is once again engulfed with a large amount of data, like a tide flooding across land. She focuses up more, leaving Holheak alone to do little else than stare at her back. That is when she notices the device around her waist. They appear as a lattice of dead branches spliced together irregularly. But as Nasty intermittently walks at her station, they sway back and forth in a short regular rhythm. As if sentient, they seem to be following Nasty's thoughts. Looks like you managed to find nourishment for the rootless branches, The trajectory data has deviated slightly from the previous calculations, but is still within the expected range. It appears that transmitter can indeed be used as an alternative navigation resource. That being the case, we need to speed things up. By the way, how did Kristen get you, the head of engineering, to willingly coop yourself up underground to do the hard work for her? Nasty doesn't answer. She enters a few comments and The screens in front of her go dark one by one. She turns the head towards the door. Behind her, the underground space becomes dimmer and dimmer. Ready to touch some grass, Nasty? Did something good happen? Surely you're not going to keep the good news from me. In Sarkas. Begun. Ooh, she got spooked. Holhyak takes a step back upon hearing that one word. Her body instinctively carries out the order, as if executing a command. Cute curse you have there, Banshee. Did any of this stuff ever tell you you've got a bad temper? The icy cold air caresses Nasty neck before dissipating like an illusion. The young banshee shivers slightly. A crack forms across the bone pen in her hand. Oh my, they don't quite make them like they used to, do they? I know you have an entire drawer filled with spares. But I've always been curious, if you broke all of your bone pens, would you still be able to perform your little tricks? Go ahead and try me. I won't give the same command twice, Kukulkan. Fine, fine. Are all benches as much of a stick in the mud as you? Don't pass up on this rare opportunity to get some fresh air. If you're afraid of the dark, I don't mind keeping you company part way. Before the banshee can speak again, Holhyak nimbly disappears behind the door. The darkness lingering within the air trembles violently for a spell. Then Nasty finally lets go of her words. I should go pick her up. At last, the muddled dream is about to settle. Alright, that was the first stage of the Lonetrail, and yeah, I guess my sound disappeared for some reason. But anyway, there are some plans that I need to finish in the next hour before the electricity turns off. So I will wrap it up here. Thank you guys who watch this after the stream has ended. I appreciate it, and I guess I will just end the stream here. So yeah,